Have you ever noticed someone go quiet right before they change everything? Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet. They stop complaining about the job they hate. They stop talking about the relationship that's been draining them for years. And you assume things got better. But sometimes, silence isn't peace. It's preparation. There's a strange moment in the human mind that happens right before a major life change, and almost nobody talks about it. It's the moment someone stops trying to convince others that something needs to change, and quietly starts building an exit instead. Psychologists call it the disengagement phase. It's not dramatic. It doesn't look like anger or heartbreak. It looks like calm. And that calm is the most dangerous sign of all, because it usually means the person has already made peace with leaving. They're just not ready to say it out loud yet. Think about someone stuck in an unhappy marriage. For years, they might argue, cry, beg for change. Then one day, they stop. Not because they're happier, because they've stopped expecting anything to change. From that point on, their brain shifts from trying to fix the relationship to quietly protecting themselves from it. That's when the secret rebuilding begins. They start saving money on the side. They reconnect with old friends they drifted from. They pick up a skill or a job they can lean on later. None of it looks suspicious on its own. But together, it's a blueprint. A person constructing a new life while still standing inside the old one. And here's the part that surprises most people. This isn't manipulation. It's survival. When someone feels powerless in a relationship, a job, or even a family, sharing their plans can feel dangerous. Not physically necessarily, but emotionally. If they tell someone too soon, they risk being talked out of it, guilt-tripped, or having the plan sabotaged before it's strong enough to stand on its own. So the brain does something clever. It protects the plan by hiding it, even from people who might actually support it. There was a study on people leaving high-control situations, things like controlling relationships or restrictive family dynamics, and one pattern showed up again and again. The ones who successfully left had almost always been planning quietly for months, sometimes years, before anyone noticed a thing. Not because they were being cruel, because they'd learned that safety came from silence. Here's the twist, though. This isn't only about escaping bad situations. Sometimes people rebuild in secret, even when nothing is technically wrong. They just feel like they've outgrown the life they're in. And that's an uncomfortable feeling to say out loud, because it makes them sound ungrateful, or selfish, or like something's wrong with them for wanting more. So instead of announcing it, they just start becoming someone new, quietly, piece by piece. A new routine here, a new interest there, a slow distancing from people who only knew the old version of them. By the time anyone notices, the transformation already happened. It wasn't sudden. It was just invisible until it wasn't. There's something oddly human about this. We like to think big changes come from big moments. A breakup, a breakdown, a dramatic decision. But most real transformation doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in 1,000 small private choices nobody was watching. And maybe that's why it's so unsettling when we witness it in someone else. We think we know a person's full story. And then one day, we realize they'd already written the next chapter, weeks or months before they let us read it. So if someone you know suddenly seems calmer than usual, less reactive, less invested in convincing you of anything, it might not mean everything is fine. It might mean they've already decided, and they're just waiting for the right moment to show you. If this changed the way you see people, subscribe. There are many more psychological truths most people never discover.